Welcome to Fortnite. I'm Royal Demon, and I want to talk a little bit about Fortnite heroes. So, what kind of heroes you have, which are good starting heroes, and which hero might fit best with you. So, let me start with my favorite hero at the moment. It's this one, Support Specialist Hawk. Now, I don't have the rare, epic, or legendary version of him, but he's still pretty good, and you can always keep leveling him up with power level so he stays useful. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that many skills at the uncommon state. Like, you only have this many. But what I really like about this character is he has the Warcry ability. Warcry ability gives him like a power boost. He does extra damage or grants faster attack speed for ranged weapons, and 50% more damage with ranged and melee weapons. So it's extremely useful against like a tough enemy like a smasher. I don't know if you've encountered those already. The big purple monsters that break through your defense like really fast. Equip a fast shooting shotgun and use Warcry and you melt them. I mean, they're not gonna die in like 2 seconds, but their big health, it's going to decrease a lot faster. So this is a really good hero for taking down like the big tough enemies. But also against groups, they're pretty good. That's a good soldier. If you prefer like a starter, like I have the epic hero Rescue Trooper Ramirez. As you know, you start with her. This is your first character. Let me quickly show you this. This is the first one you start with. This is a pretty good starting character as a soldier. She has some good skills, like the frag grenade is really good of dealing with a small group of enemies that are close together. And later you get the ability to weaken enemies. If you hit them, they take more damage with the next shot with all types of damage. And you also have quick clip, which is really useful for fast reloading. These are 2 soldier characters I can really recommend. They're really good. Of course, you can't really buy them. You have to get a little bit lucky with them. But Ramirez is a starting hero, so it's pretty good. So if you get like an epic version of her, like here, this one with me, then see, you get a lot more skills. And you have to use the evolve ability to get, past the first star level. But that's a story for another time. I'm not going to bore you with that. Now, those are soldiers I can really recommend. Now there are some constructors. Now, constructors I really like because they have the ability to build, it's the base ability. Base is like a device you put on the ground. You first have to build a floor panel or on an already existing floor like in a house. You can put the base device, and this protects walls, I think, in a 3 tile radius around the device, and it makes it tougher for enemies to break down those walls. And it also does damage to enemies that get in that vicinity that you're protecting with the base device. It's a really good defensive hero, the base cow. Now, I already have the rare version, but the first one you get is the uncommon one of base cow. He's a really good character. I really like it. He has some really good abilities that help you on defense. Now, ninjas. I find ninjas not really good solo heroes. I mean, maybe some people are better with them. I'm just not that good solo because they're more specialized on melee attacks. And I find if the entire enemy group is focused on you, then melee attacks are usually not the smartest way of playing. Unless you're quickly attack and back. But I kind of just want to mow them down with a gun. So maybe it's like ninjas not really for me. But if you really do feel as playing as a hero, the starter ninja that you get once you unlock it is Assassin Sarah, is pretty good with the throwing stars, even though I'm absolutely shitty with hitting that. You have a double jump at level 2, which is really useful because ninjas can move much faster in the world. Really good heroes for scouting ahead. So if you play in a team, a ninja is really good for scouting ahead because they can move faster and they have the double jump so they can reach higher locations without having to build up. Then we have the Outlander. Now the first Outlander you get is Jess, Pathfinder Jess. So Outlanders have the ability to grab fragments, and these fragments you can find in these round containers. They're like glowing. Some are glowing light blue, which gives you the shock tower ability or the teddy ability. See, she has the teddy ability here. And you can also get a purple fragment, and that's in a round device that has a purple light on it. And then you get the loot llama. And the loot llama you can tear down with your harvesting tool or pickaxe. And if you do that really fast or with a team, you can get a lot of resources out there, like wood, stone, metal, but also other types in it, like the wooden planks, the cores from stone. It's all useful stuff you can get out of it. But you can only carry 2 fragments at a time, so use them wisely, I should say. And that's a good starting Outlander character. Now, let's see if I can quickly show you some other types. I haven't unlocked them all, unfortunately, but some that I really like are with ninjas is also like this guy is the fleet foot is more like a sword specialist. So if you like meleeing, that's a useful one. He even has the legendary swordmaster version there. So really, ninja is more for melee attacks. I haven't played a whole lot of ninjas, but I can tell you from experience, they either suit you or they don't. There's no real in-between version for it. Like, you either work well as a ninja or it's like not really your thing. And solo play as a ninja, probably not the smartest move to make. I'm not saying it's impossible. I've definitely beat missions solo as a ninja, but I prefer more like an Outlander, Constructor, or Soldier for solo play, actually. Now, I also have the Ranger unlocked. I have the Ranger, the first version. This one, the rare version, I think. Let's take a quick look here. So he has the phase shift. He can teleport around. Now he still has also the teddy there. And he has a punch that can push back enemies. Ranger is also one of my favorite Outland. I actually have this one. I'll quickly show you that. Here, I got this one. It's pretty cool. But if you upgrade something to get headgear, like he's wearing the hat now. But the advice for me is pick a class you're most comfortable with and fully focus on that. Like, it's not bad to have multiple. Like, I've upgraded this soldier a bit. I have upgraded this Outlander a bit. I've upgraded this soldier a bit. It's not bad to have multiple heroes, but after a while the power level of the missions goes up, and if you have your experience too spread out over characters, that's gonna bite you in the ass later. So it's good to focus more on 1 or 2 characters than to focus on like 5 or 6 or maybe even more characters, because they're all gonna be like the same power level, like of 12 or 15, and if you're like hitting power level 19, then a power level 15 hero is going to be less useful. I'm just saying, it's just smarter to focus on 1 or 2 heroes, or 3 if you want, like I have a third now. But anyway, hopefully this helps a bit with heroes, which works best for you. I just suggest pick something you're most comfortable with. I'm most comfortable with playing a soldier, and I also enjoy quite a lot Outlander play. I also like that with the fragments you find. You can build devices that help you better defend or that give you more resources. So Outlanders are also really cool. Constructors are also cool, but they're more defensive, and I'm more of an aggressive type of player. So it's not really my style, but Constructors also definitely fun and also work very well solo. So if that's more your type of play, I can really recommend the Constructor as well. Ninjas, also a lot of fun. I just think solo, it's a bit risky for me. You have less health, so if you get in trouble, there's a good chance you might go down. But which doesn't have to be game over, by the way. But I'm just saying it's going to be harder. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully it was a bit useful. I'll talk about other things in later videos in Fortnite. This is not going to be the end. Just the first of hopefully several videos where I'm talking a bit about the game, and hopefully can give you some tips and advice about which should work and which shouldn't work. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in another video. Bye bye.